What's up, you guys? Beautiful day out. Wanted to talk about boy goes down, girl goes free concept, because we have a trip to Nicaragua coming up on April 25th. We're going to be there from April 25th to April 29th. And what we're doing is we're kind of taking, some self-defense, tools and concept down there to empower the women a little bit. We certainly don't want to, the women are definitely mistreated there on a regular basis, just normal culture. According to, our source, the lady that goes down there, Emily, has spent a lot of time there and has highly encouraged us to go and do this. But so they're continually mistreated. So we want to empower them a little bit. But another part of what we're doing is to go speak and be with the youth and kind of just teach them that there's another way, especially young men, that there's another way to treat women and to be. So part of that concept is that we're going to talk about is the idea that boy goes down, girl goes free, and what that means. So what it means is basically that, I am going to lay myself down, lay my life down, even if necessary, to rescue or save a lady. My wife, I would lay my life down to save her, and I do that in small ways every day even. So it's not always just, am I physically going to die, because that opportunity may never even come, but it's how I die every day in small ways, in order to better serve my wife. And there's one level of service that I'll give to my wife, and then also a level that I'll give to anyone, man or woman. But small ways that men can practice this with women is just by being a gentleman, simply by opening doors for women, just acts of chivalry. We can practice this in many ways. So carrying things for women, not that I believe that women can't handle themselves or provide for themselves in any way, but by doing this, we're actually lifting them up in a place of honor and respect when we do these things. So it's not that I believe in any way that a woman, can't handle herself or provide for herself or do any of those things, because that's not true. But what I do believe is that, and not even what I believe, I just simply honor and respect women. I believe that they deserve respect and honor. So we kind of hold them in a high place, not a low place, in doing these things and serving in this way. So this is one of the messages that we want to bring to the youth in Nicaragua is boy goes down, girls go free. And that could be, standing up for somebody in a self-defense altercation where somebody needs you to stand up and lay yourself down for them. And that doesn't always mean, that, okay, a situation has occurred, I'm going to step in and get beat up so that, she can go free. It's not that would always be the case. We learn self-defense so that we could defend other people, and my preference would be even being able to do that to a level where nobody gets hurt, right? Not me, not the woman, and not even the attacker, right? That would be the best thing. Not always the case, but it's the willingness to do that more than anything else. It's the willingness to, even if it got to that point, to lay down your life to save somebody. And we could apply this to anybody. I'm saying for women right now in particular, but the same rule, love your neighbor as yourself. Treat others the way that you want to be treated. And sometimes that means lay down your life for the sake of others. And there's no greater honor than that somebody would do that for you. So it's kind of the message that we're going to bring, to the kids. And we're going to try to give them examples of how you can do that every day. Like I said, again, you can do that in gentle, small ways by simply just being chivalrous and opening doors, carrying things, helping out in any way that you can is a good way to practice this idea on a lighter level every single day. But the overarching concept is just simply honor and respect and common decency, and how men can apply this to women, but it's something that we should obviously apply to everybody that we know, So that's kind of what's going on when we go there. And I want to invite you guys. Once again, we're leaving on April 25th. We're going to be there for four days. We'll be back late April 29th. But we do have a GoFundMe page set up. We are accepting donations for this trip. I'm going. My wife is going. My wife Katie is going. My oldest son Brayson is going. And then we also have other people from the Clinch and from another local church that are going to serve on this trip. So we do have a GoFundMe page set up. I will actually post that link under the comments when I'm done. But we are accepting donations for the trip, so anybody that's willing and able to do that, please do so. We would greatly appreciate it. We're taking our time to go to Nicaragua and do this. It does cost a good bit of money to go do it as well. So any support that you can give us through that would be great. And once again, if you believe in this idea of boy goes down, girl goes free, share this video so that other people can get that in their heads as well. This is not just for the youth in Nicaragua. I think it's something that we need to practice here as well. Just the idea of honor and respect, and how men should treat women with that kind of honor and respect, and take it even farther than that, treat everybody that way. If you think about it, guys, if we all did this, if we take that simple commandment from the Bible that says, love your neighbor as yourself, we take that simple commandment, and then Christ even goes a step farther and says to love one another the way that I loved you, and he laid down his life so that we could be free. He went down so that we could be free. If we practice that with one another, just think about how different the culture would be, right? Think about how if you were able to lay yourself down in order to help other people up, to help other people go free, to help other people succeed, what that style of leadership looks like. It's called servant leadership. But what that looks like and what that would do for the community would be amazing, right? So I encourage you guys to practice this and to share it with others, but start to practice in small ways. What can you do today to lay down your life in a small way? Sometimes that's just simply like we all have our own selfish desires and agendas, and we will plow through people. We will plow right through them in order to get those things done, in order to succeed in life. And you have to just define what success is in life. What does that look like? Is it all about you and what you get done? I believe that if you are putting other people before you and helping other people succeed and reach their goals, it requires a level of submissiveness and humbleness. But it's going to do you really well, because I also believe that those who water will also themselves be watered. It's a reap what you sow kind of thing. And if you're helping other people succeed, your success will come as well, right? That's what I believe, and that's what I've discovered in my life, and it's scriptural. It's what God says. The way that things are going to work, and I've experienced it for sure. I try to at least help other people succeed. I try to treat people with honor and respect, and in a manner that that I want to be treated. And to be honest, it does well for me. I feel like I don't have many enemies, at least. I feel like I have a lot of friends and a good community around me, and I don't go around trying to make enemies, and I try to make and maintain friends. And even to go one step further, love your neighbor as yourself. Christ said to love each other as I have loved you. And to go one step further also says to love your enemies, which is an extremely difficult thing for people to do. It's hard for everybody to do. But by God's power, we can do that. We can love even our enemies. And when we're in the face of the enemy, we can still show love. And that's an amazing thing. There's no greater power than that. There's no greater power than the ability. There's no greater power or freedom than the ability to give up even your rights and your freedom for the sake of others. This demonstrates that you're not attached to anything, not even your own rights. And there's no greater freedom than that, right? And there's no greater power than that. Think about that a little bit. Try to practice it in small ways today. What can you do today in order to serve somebody else, in order to lay down your life? I would definitely encourage you to do it, in your relationships. If you're a parent, you do this hopefully all the time already. For your children, you lay down your life. You lay down your schedule. You lay down your ambitions sometimes in order to better serve them and their, what they need for the day. You make small sacrifices all the time for your children, and big sacrifices even. So that's one example where you probably, hopefully already practice it, but you can practice this with everybody. I highly encourage husbands to practice this with their wives. I'm sure that it'll make your marriage better if you do. But we can go farther and practice this with everybody, and in small and even big ways eventually. So that's one of the things that we're going to Nicaragua to do, is to kind of share that message. So again, if you're interested in this message, you like this message, please share this. I'm going to post the GoFundMe link in the comments, so you can click on that and view our GoFundMe page and maybe donate to that. We have we're leaving, it's the end of next week, so it's coming up. So we appreciate anything and everything that you can do. I thank you guys for watching. Jen, Adam, Richard, Kevin, Michael, Steve, Matt, Simon, Raymond, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Please share the video. You guys have a good day. Keep it real.